Okay, I'm going to record this here. We're actually looking at a test review for our stats, dealing with the same idea that we had with our cool shoes. I just took a portion here. I just took this portion of our boys' heights. I know it's not all of them. It's 25 points for our boys' heights, just so I have something I could use as an example for our test. First question on the test would be, what's the mean, median, and standard deviation of the data? So, first thing you would do here is you'd enter all of these into your L1. Now, I don't want to spend the time to do this, live here, so I'm going to go ahead and enter them after I push pause. Okay, so I went ahead and entered these. Let me show you how I entered them. Okay. So to enter these, the first thing you would do is go to your stat, and you go to your edit here, push enter on edit, and enter all of those heights into your L1, which I already did. You can leave L2 alone. So all those heights from here, I entered in my L1 here. And there are 25 points, and you notice it kind of gives you an idea here of where you're at. And there's 25 points. You see 26 is empty. Okay? Now it says, what is the mean, median, and standard deviation of the data? Our calculator is going to do the work for us, so make sure you know how to do this on the calculator. What you would do is go to Stat. You go over to Calc, and we're going to use one var stats. So I'm going to push enter on that. It's going to ask me what list I want to use, and I want to use the L1 list. So I'm going to go down to calculate for that.
Wait, so stat what?
So it'd be stat, push right for calc, and then push enter on the one var stats. And again, this video is going to be uploaded, so hopefully, so you can see how to do it. And go to calculate and push enter. Now this gives me all my one var stats. So here are my mean, and my median is down below. Here's my standard deviation right here. And then if I go down further, I have my 5 number summary. So that is my min, my Q1, my median, my Q3, and my max. Okay, so that's how you get to those points right there. Okay, so I got a screenshot here of the top part of our one var stats, which means that our mean is right there. It's X bar. So our mean is 71.08. Our median is on my next screen, which I'll show you in a second. And my standard deviation is a sigma right here, which is 2.95. All right. Then the median, I'll get you right now. Enter that in. So here's this data. The median was the 71. Okay, so now we have that data we need, the mean, the median, and the standard deviation from the calculator. All right. Number 2, it says what percent of the data is within 1 standard deviation, within 2 standard deviations. All right. Actually, on the test, I didn't realize when I made this that there's only asking for 1 standard deviation, so I'm actually going to get rid of the 2 standard deviations. So, when it says within 1 standard deviation, it's asking 1 standard deviation of the mean. All right? So what you do is we have the standard deviation, we have the mean. So I'm going to write the mean down. Now, what it's asking is how many of these points over here are within 1 standard deviation, or 2.95 of that mean. So what I want to do is come up with a range of the numbers that are within 2.95 of 71.08. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add 1 standard deviation, 2.95. So 71.08 plus 2.95, 74.03. And then I'm going to subtract 2.95 from the mean. 71.08 minus 2.95, 68.13. So I want to find all the points in my data that are between those two numbers. You got to be kind of careful here because you don't round these off at all. So I want to count all these points that are between here. Would I include 74? Yes, 74 is between there. Would I include 75? No. Would I include 68? No, because 68 is less than 68.13. But I would include 69. So all the numbers over here that are 69 through 74, I want to count. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 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 Nope. 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 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're okay with that? There's 17. So there's 17 that are between 68.13 and 74. So the question is, what percent of the data? Well, you have 17 out of 25. That would be a percentage. Ben?
Why don't you count 68?
Because this number is bigger than 68. So if I want all the numbers between here, 68 is not between there.
Oh.
Okay? If I had 68.5 as a height, 68.5 would be between here. 68.5 is bigger than that. Yes?
So you're not using the entirety of the boy's height when you plug that in?
The entirety of the boy's height. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
All of the data
I'm using all of the data.
that's up there or that's...
Oh, from your Cool Shoes project? No, I'm not using all of your data.
Okay, so this is going to be different from what the...
This would be different than the answers you had on your Cool Shoes project, yes. Okay, so your percentage here would be 68%. So 68% of your data is within 1 standard deviation. Now, if I did ask, which I'm not going to, but you have this on your Cool Shoes project, within 2 standard deviations, all you would do is add another 2.95 to this, subtract another 2.95 to that, make it wider, a bigger interval, and then do the same thing, count how many. Okay? Last question would be, are there any outliers, and if so, which heights? So, outliers. Outliers, you take 1.5 times your IQR. Now your IQR is your interquartile range. That's the range from Q3 to Q1. Your calculator already has that. So if I do 1.5 times 73.5 minus 69, that's 4.5. And 4.5 times 1.5 is 6.75. Now my outlier is based on my median. Okay? So, what we do here is I'm going to take from my median, which is 71, I'm going to add 6.75 to get my range for my outliers of 77.75. So if there are any heights that are bigger than 77.75, that would be an outlier. And there aren't. So there are no outliers on the top side. Hold on a second, Donnie. Subtract 6.75 to see if there's any outliers on the bottom side. So 71 minus 6.75. 64.25. If there are any on there that are less than 64.25, which I don't think there are, I think 65 is the smallest, that would be an outlier too. So that means there are no outliers because there are no numbers that are outside of that range. Donnie, question? Good. Ben, question?
Where did you get 6.75?
I got 6.75 because I multiplied 1.5 times our interquartile range. And that comes from Q3 through Q1 there.